Hello, guys. Welcome once again to another episode. This is Gimh Lang. Today, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to write your first code in HTML. I know most people do not know what HTML is, and even though you have a previous understanding about HTML, today I'm going to be showing you how you can be able to use HTML to write your first code and also build a very interactive website. So first, what is HTML? HTML is the standard markup language for web pages. So HTML is the standard. For most of you who do not know, is the standard markup language for web pages. That means website pages. So all the websites you see today, they make use of HTML. So if you are going to be a programmer, you must know HTML. It doesn't matter if you are going to be a front-end developer or a back-end developer or a full-stack developer, or even learn other programming languages like Python. The most important thing is HTML is the basic and the beginner guide for you to improve your programming skills. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to use it. Now, why do we need HTML? HTML is used for creating websites, all kind of websites, be it any site of any kind. It might be an e-commerce website, it might be a blog, it might be a training website, it might be a consultancy website. Whatever website you want to do, you can use HTML to do that. HTML also is very easy to learn, and this program I'm going to teach you guys, this episode is going to be from the beginner to the advanced level. So today I'm starting with the beginner level of this program. So I know most of you are new to my channel. So if this is your first time, please click on the subscribe button, click on the like button, share this video so we can all grow together and learn a new skill. So for you to be able to be effective in this modern day world, you need to be a tech giant, or you need to be aligned with information about technology, because technology now is controlling the world. Like what we have recently, the chat GPT is another program. So we can also talk about that later on in our previous video, in our next video. So today we are going to write a program on HTML. I can easily tell you that in HTML we can begin the typing with signs. We call it signs. So these are the signs you are going to see in HTML. This is the backward bracket, the forward bracket. We are going to be having forward slash. These are signs that's mostly applicable to HTML. So for you to be able to write an HTML code, you need these signs. So these signs are going to trigger the compiler or the computer to recognize that this is an HTML code you're about to write. So before we write any program, we have to close this. To close this so that the program will not be affected, we need to put an asterisk mark, a hashtag. Hashtag means that any word we write in the same line with the hashtag should not be displayed. So what we need to do is, according to HTML5, you have to use this sign. This is like exclamation marks in English, but in HTML is like you are placing an information on the very beginning of the code to indicate what code you are going to talk about. So we can say doc type, okay, doc type HTML. So this is what we are writing about, doc type HTML. Then what we need to do is HTML comprises of three parts. We have the head, the body, okay? So the head starts with the information about HTML, placing out the code that you want to write. And then we move to the head. The head is where you have all the major information displayed on the taskbar in your browser displayed. So in order for us to have the head, we need to write HTML and we have to close it up. So you see, immediately I write HTML, it gives me a closing arrow. Now, what does this mean? This means that anything I write in between this HTML and this HTML slash forward slash will be displayed on the browser. Anything outside of this will not be displayed. That means our code is going to be between HTML with the left arrow and the right arrow down to where we have the left arrow slash forward slash HTML closing bracket. So the next thing we need to do is we have to write the head where our information is going to be displayed. So the head, this is the head. Immediately you write the head, it always have a closing. So the thing I want you guys to know is that anytime you're writing a code in HTML, whenever you write a particular code in HTML, you have to close it. You can't just write a code without closing it up. Like what I have written here, head, that is the open, and we have to close it below with HTML forward slash head. It's forward slash, not backward slash. Okay, so in between this head, we need to indicate what we want to write. So in between this head, we have to indicate what do we want to put here. So in between the head, we have what we call the title, because if you open a browser and you type in the name of any website, the title of the website will be displayed on the it will be displayed on the browser. The search engine will be displayed, and this is the information the browser will recognize in order to detect the name of the particular site you are trying to source. So what we are going to do is open the bracket as usual, and we are going to type title. Now I'm going to explain something here. This is the word that HTML understands. HTML do not understand the word ordinary title. If you type ordinary title here without the backward arrow and the forward arrow, or the left arrow and the right arrow, HTML code will not be implemented. So for you to be able to do that, you have to tell the browser or tell the compiler that you are using HTML. That is why at first we indicated the left arrow with a exclamation mark doc type HTML, indicating that we are using HTML code. So without this left arrow and right arrow, the code will not be recognized as HTML code. So now you can see clearly that every code I'm writing is in the structure of HTML and the last HTML clause. You can see it very well. So I need to write a title. Now let's call it HTML for absolute beginner. Okay, so now what this means is everything that I've written here will be the head, the title. So you can see how I have written it here clearly. Title HTML for absolute beginners. So this is what is going to be displayed on the that's going to be displayed. So I don't know if we can run it. Let's try and run it and see. So our program is correct. It's not showing any errors. So we are we are on the very right position. So immediately we write the head, the title. What we have to do is to go to the body. In order to write the body, we have to indicate the body below the head because the body is not the head. So writing the body, we need to also write our left arrow, body, and close it up with the right arrow. So immediately I write it down, you can see it opens. So you can leave your code like this, but I want to make sure I have a neat code. That is why I give a space. So here I can say Gimh Lang present to you HTML crash course. Okay. For absolute beginner. Okay, so this that is just a little word I will use um as my body. So don't forget that what I'm written on in the body is displayed between the body open and the body close. So everything is correct. There is no mistake. Okay, now we will have to include some beauty. We can add some beauty. We can add CSS into this code. But for now, we are going to be strictly focusing on HTML. We are going to be focusing on HTML. And later on, I'm going to be showing you how you can style up your HTML codes using CSS, which is a different programming language, which is different language for styling, for beauty. So we can also add certain things to, okay, you can see. So it displays below. I even haven't checked. So you can see that it didn't recognize these words. So let me remove them. So this is how it's going to be displaying on your browser. Okay, let's run it again. Now you can see our code. Gimh Lang present to you HTML crash course for absolute beginner. This is how it's going to show on your browser. So what do we have to do next? We have to, let's try to make this in capital letters. No, for example, let's make it H1. Okay, H1. Then you are going to close it at the very end of the sentence. Yes, we are going to close it at the very end of the sentence to make sure that we are not missing anything. It's not giving me the reason to. Okay, I think I should put it between the course here. Let me just put it here so I won't have that stress of closing it. So I close it between his point. So that means in between this point, we should have some differences. Let's see. So you can see the point I placed the H1 to H1 open and H1 close is highlighted as bold. Now, what is the H1? H1 means the height of the text. So the height of the text is bigger than other text. Now, if you use H1, it's going to be bigger. The less number you place here will make it different. So I'm putting H3 here and also H3 here. And let's check what we are going to have from here. So let's run the program. We are running the program. You see the text has reduced. So Gimh Lang present to you HTML crash course for absolute beginners. So you can see the difference between H3 H3, H1, and the other text. So H1 is used for displaying the most important information in on your website. The first letter you want them to see. For example, if you're talking about the name of your site, for example, my site is Gimh Lang. So at least Gimh Lang should be in capital letters. So I can say Gimh Lang. Okay, I can say Gimh Lang and then bring this down and make this. I'm going to make this now H3 close. So ensure you remove this because I already have H3. Then I'm going to close this Gimh Lang with H1 so you guys can see the differences. So I'm going to close it with H1. Okay, so I don't need the, okay, you can see how the code is. So H1 Gimh Lang will be bigger than present you crash course. So let's run the program again. So you see, after running the program, I think I have an extra, what do I have there? Oh yeah, I have an extra arrow key. So always pay attention to your code. Run the program again. You can see that Gimh Lang is bigger because that is H1. Present to you HTML crash course for absolute beginners. So you can see this first is H1. This second present to you HTML crash course is H3, and for absolute beginner has the lowest, which is H5. So it's the smallest, and this smallest one is used for writing information about the topic on your page. While H1 is used to display the main title of your body. Okay, I think I will stop here for this particular video. The next video, I'm going to be showing you guys more fancy and more exciting things you can do on HTML to really produce your website on your own from the beginning. So in case you are finding anything difficult to understand or you have a question, please place your comment in the comment section. And again, if you want to have a private one-on-one conversation with me, please feel free to join my Telegram channel at Gimh Lang. So all the links are going to be placed in the description below. So please don't forget to like, share, and comment. I hope to see you guys next time. Have a wonderful day.